everybody, I'm Gigi Fab and I'm here with Chris Moneymaker. How are you, Chris?
Doing great.
How are you enjoying Adelaide so far?
It's been a great trip. I've had a really fun time, and I've been here for 2 weeks, and between the different stops, and it's been fun.
And now, Chris, what I wanted to talk to you today about is the WPA, the Women's Poker Association. I know that you are a huge supporter of it, so I just wanted to know what your thoughts are on it.
I don't think we need any women in poker. I think they're too good.
Really?
No.
I'm going to smash you right now.
No,
what are you talking about?
They're too good. I think when women get into poker, they'll take over the sport. I mean, they're really intuitive. If they put the work in, like a lot of the guys have throughout the years, they'll become really good. So I don't want women in poker. They could be a force to reckon with.
Yeah, you think we're too tough to beat? You can't read us? Do you think?
Well, my wife can read me really well, and I can't read her with a flip. So I don't want to have to battle against women all the time. Usually when I play against women, they're usually really good. And obviously the women I'm playing with generally are ones that have been in the game for a while. So I don't want to see more going up the ranks there. But in all seriousness, I think poker has evolved so much over the years, and we've gone from this stereotypical where you're sitting in the back room, it's a boys club, it's just an old grinders, grouchy old men club, to it's open to everybody, all walks of life, everybody can do it. And I remember a decade ago, you would be lucky to see a woman sitting in a poker room, maybe one or two here or there. And now, I can't tell you how many times I go into a poker tournament and there's 2 or 3 women at every single table.
Sure.
I mean, women are definitely still the minority, but it's a growing trend. I mean, more and more women are getting into the game, and it's great for poker, and it's great, as a general. I mean, first of all, they, are obviously a lot better looking at the table and a lot more pleasant at the table.
Yes.
A lot of times. So,
I don't know. I think women can tend to sort of ruffle a few feathers at the table as well. I think some of them, I don't know if it's because they feel intimidated and they sort of need to sort of.
I've never experienced that, but I think at the tables that I've been at, we've all been really friendly. I know that some women, when you sit down nine guys at a table and you're the only woman, it can be intimidating and people can say rude things, but I've never encountered that. And anytime that anything questionable was said, it was taken care of pretty quickly. So, yeah. I think most people now are understanding, and they understand. I would say that a lot of players understand how difficult it is for a woman to come and sit down and play with 9 guys, and they're really sympathetic, as a general rule, to being receptive and being respectful, and not saying anything that would be considered rude. I mean, if I'm going to say things rude, it's going to be mostly to the other people at the table. So
we've had a few circumstances where women have felt that they've been spoken to in an incorrect manner, and people have been at the table and a few guys haven't spoken up. What are your perceptions on that? What do you think? If you're in that situation and you see a woman that's obviously getting hassled incorrectly, how would you approach that situation?
There's a couple things. One, I'm going to not let it happen. I don't let it happen to guys either. If someone's picking on someone that isn't playing very well, you want to step up and protect that person. At the same time, there's a fair bit of ribbing that goes on in poker.
Exactly.
I can't tell you how many times I've ribbed somebody or give someone a hard time, and I'm usually pretty good about telling who can take it and who can't. But poker's part of, a culture of, taking stabs at each other and poking jokes at each other. I don't know, some of the women take it the wrong way, or some of it, I'm sure some of it is over the line. But obviously, if I'm sitting at a table and I see it and I know that, if that does happen, then I would definitely say something to the person, say it's just not appropriate, that doesn't need to happen here. But I've done that for guys that, maybe are just learning how to play, or, a little bit more shy and don't want, to be in the jokesters. There's a lot of jokesters in poker, of course, and there's a lot of rude people too.
Sure, exactly. I find that in both sexes, both male and female, you're going to get.
There's going to be people that are rude to women. They're equally as rude to men. You just don't hear about it much when it's happening to the guy. And it's kind of unfortunate, because there are guys that are abused at the poker table when they don't play correctly, or they take too long, or they don't wear the right outfit that people like. So it's a thing that happens. I think poker, as far as taking too long and the clothing, I think we should establish guidelines. Have an action clock, or say you can or can't wear these garments, whether it be sunglasses, scarves, things of these nature, because as long as they're wearing it and they're taking the time, there's no set rules to prevent that. They're within their right to do so. If I'm playing a cash game and those people are doing that, I'm just going to walk away from the cash game. I just don't want to sit.
Absolutely.
I mean, if people are taking forever, I'll either one, get on Netflix or walk away. If it's in a tournament, then obviously, you'll just approach the tournament director and say, hey, this guy's taking forever. Can we speed the game up a little bit? And I've honestly never had that happen. I've never been at a table where someone's taking too long. The one guy that I've played with that's taken a little bit too much time, I just politely said, hey, do you think you could speed up your play just a little bit? And he did. I mean, we just handled it right. I just turned to him and said, hey, man, you're taking a long time. You think you could speed it up just a little bit for us? And he did. I mean, it wasn't a big deal. It was very nice. And but this is the guy I wouldn't get, some guys I'll turn to and say, hurry the fuck up, let's go. This guy, I didn't really know him that well. He seemed a little quiet, so I said, hey, do you mind hurrying it up? As far as like scars and covering up everything, I mean, there's no rules that says you can't. So
We're just going to give you the power 1 second. We're just going to pause for 1 sec while
they laugh.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a tournament at the moment, so they're getting
Obviously,
a little bit rowdy.
We're not. We're sitting here, but
we've busted. I think we're both out of it.
Yeah, I seem to always get busted. I've had to like 5 or 6 times where the guy calls by mistake out of the small blind trying to call the big blind. And didn't realize that I'd already moved all in.
Yeah.
That's what just happened. He's like, oh, he tried to fold his hand, and they're like, no, you said call, and I'm like, I'm gonna lose this. I just know I am always. These are the hands I lose, and sure enough, that's the one I lost.
Exactly. Well, I find that I tend to lose with premium hands. The better the hand, the more chances I'm going to lose with it.
Well, those are the
what
ones
can
you
I
remember.
do with that? How do I avoid that situation?
You don't. You just the problem is those are the ones you remember.
Yeah.
When you lose with King 9 because you shift, you're not going to remember that. You're going to remember when you shift with aces and lost.
Yeah.
So it's not. I don't think you lose more of those hands. You just stick in your mind more than what. It's natural selection of your memory. I mean, you're going to remember the bad beats. You're not going to remember all the times that you put a bad beat on somebody. And that's why online poker, everybody thinks that you have so many bad beats.
That's awesome. Well, Chris, thank you so much for your support. The WPA. Oh, here we go again. They're getting loud again.
I have a feeling that we're not going to get without loud. It's been a loud room all night, which is cool. Everybody's having a good time.
It's been a fantastic atmosphere. Everybody is having a good time. I'm going to try and get this in there before they sort of pipe up again.
Hurry.
Thank you so much for being a supporter of WPA. It is an organisation that we are all volunteers, and it is put together by a wonderful group of women who really want to assist in the advancement of women. So
Make them stop.
No, we're not going to stop. We're going to keep coming for you. We're going to keep coming at you because it's really important to get these women into the game. So any way that they can and that they feel more comfortable is a great thing. And thank you so much for really supporting that and welcoming women into the game.
This game should be enjoyed by everybody. I mean, it's an incredible game. It's fun at all different levels. So, more the merrier. Let's go.
Exactly right.
Except for women.
Except for women. I'm going to get really mad with him if he keeps saying except for women.
I'm making sure she can't edit it out.
Well, you hear this, ladies. Guess what? We are coming at you, Chris. We are coming with a vengeance. Let's put it that way. We're going to come after all your chips.
Right, I just created a whole target on my back again.
Yeah, you put a big target saying you support WPA, yet you don't want us in the game. We're going to come after you.
I support the WPA, but I don't want to see you at my table. So let's go to another table.
Well, I'm going to take that as a good thing.
It's a good thing.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. And best of luck for the rest of your tour here in Australia.
Thanks, Susie. Appreciate it. Good luck, guys.